When we feel anxious, our mind races and we start to focus on those what-if catastrophic thoughts about worst-case scenarios that may happen in the future. And as that spirals out of control, we notice ourselves becoming stressed and anxious in the here and now. What this 5-step grounding technique does is it uses our 5 senses to refocus your attention away from those negative imaginings and instead focus your attention on where you are in the here and now, so anchoring you to the present moment, reducing stress and anxiety. So the first thing to do is to take a couple of deep breaths and then to identify 5 things that you can see in your surroundings. So I can see a silver HP laptop. I can see a bendy plastic white lamp. And by using those describing words, you're taking your time to consciously refocus your attention on what's going on around you instead of focusing on those feared future-based scenarios which may not even happen. 4. So now you want to focus your attention on touch, 4 things that you can feel or touch. So it might be that you think about maybe touching your clothes or a part of your body. It might be that you hold something in your hand and you might want to ask yourself, how does this feel? Is it cold, hot, soft, hard? What does it remind you of? Really focusing in on how that feels. Then identify 3 things that you can hear, and often people find it helpful to close their eyes to heighten the sense of hearing here. But as you do this, you'll start to notice more sounds coming into your awareness, so perhaps the sound of a kettle boiling or the sound of a background clock. You might start to notice the sound of you breathing, or external sounds might become more clear, like the sound of birds tweeting. 2. What 2 things can you smell? And again, you might find closing your eyes helpful here, and it might be that you smell your wrists where you applied perfume this morning. It might be that you smell your hair and you smell and breathe in that scent. It might be that you smell food or your drink, but whatever you decide to do, really breathe it in and see if you can identify what those notes are, what you can pick up from that smell. And number 1, focus on 1 thing that you can taste. So what can you identify? So it might be that you move your tongue over your lips, against the roof of your mouth, over your teeth. It might be that you take a sip of a drink. And by doing this, you're really trying to focus your attention on anything that you can taste at all. And this doesn't have to be something that you rush. It might be something that takes a little bit of time. But all of these techniques bring you back to the present moment, the here and now. They're anchoring you to the current moment rather than allowing you to be swept away by those anxious thoughts. So the first thing that you kind of need to do moving forward is notice your thoughts. Are you imagining things happening in the future? If so, take a deep breath to calm yourself, and then refocus your attention using the senses. So 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And you can do this wherever you go.